You know how much I love goofy sports in all shapes and sizes. I was going ballistic for the freestyle lawnmower obstacle course championship that happened a few weeks back. Like, I get into really silly sports. I love that shit a lot. And I figured it's time we look back on history and admire the most brutal and silliest sport ever created, X-Arm. I don't know how many of you ever watched X-Arm. I imagine anyone who did stumble across it is right now having a repressed memory and like a PTSD episode, like this fucking flare-up of trauma, convulsing in their chair like, no, my therapist told me X-Arm wasn't real. X-Arm was something that was started, I believe, in 2008. It was the combination of MMA and arm wrestling and pure fucking chaos. It was a beautiful disaster of an idea. It never got popular. I think there was only 4 episodes ever filmed, and they never made it to TV or anything. They were hosted online. They just ended up getting fucking thrown in the cum dumpster online, and they surfaced on YouTube back in the day, and that's how I found it. But basically, it was taking arm wrestling to the highest possible extreme you could think of, aside from just like putting your arms together and then shooting each other with a gun. So the idea was you'd have your arms taped around each other, and you'd be able to beat the shit out of your opponent until they either die or pass out. Like, pinning them didn't work because it just wouldn't. No one tried to pin. It was just a battle to the death. I actually made a video on X-Arm like 6 years ago, I think it was, and I figured it's time we just revisit it because, god damn it, it truly is a classic. So I'm going to show you the most popular X-Arm fight. This is Rick Vardell versus Bon Lapua.
And he's shown us more in boot camp than anybody else has.
And of course, one of the aspects of this sport is the other guy's not going to get very far away. Why? You tell him, Art.
We've got both athletes hooked up with a D-ring and a harness. This enables the athletes to sit back in the pocket. It keeps them on their side of the table.
Yeah, they're fucking strapped in like it's a roller coaster ride here. This genuinely looks like some shit out of Yu Yu Hakusho's Dark Tournament where Yusuke and that dude with the mohawk have that like just slugfest where they're leaning against knives on the ground until one person dies. That is basically that scene for a whole sport. It is incredible that this fucking thing even exists.
Outstanding performer. Now he is in, well, he's going to have his hands full as he's trying to get these two men sent. Look at Rick Vardell's face, and he's in his own world, and he's trying to do it. Macho man. Okay.
So it's Rick Vardell in blue, Bon Lapua in green, and Rick Vardell looks like just the most American dad ever. Dude looks like his name would actually just be Paul Cheeseburger. He looks like he's 1 Miller Lite away from leaving his wife and kids. And so he's getting in the head of Bon Lapua a little bit by acting like a feral animal, so he's grunting, huffing and puffing, showing his teeth like an angry dog.
Here we go, folks. This one's about ready to start. The action is gone. Oh, they start striking early. Strikes on the head by Vardell, but look at Lapua come back with a right. He is overpowering the big man. Rick Vardell is defenseless right now. Oh, he's taking shots from the shoulders, the face, the ears, the back of the head. Look at that arm. He is almost defenseless.
I tell you, Vardell looks like he wants no more.
Look at the shots. He's coming over.
I don't mean to blue ball you by interrupting here, but just look at the fear on Rick Vardell's face as this flurry of fucking meat hammers is coming flying in, just getting clobbered. His survival instincts are kicking in, fight or flight mode, and he's trying his best to run away, it seems, but he just can't because he is literally hooked into that podium, so he's just sit there and take the punishment.
He's doing a hammer shot.
And there's Vardell's arm on the table, scoring pins.
What does he do best? He pins people. He's a world arm wrestling champion, but right now he is getting mugged.
He's thrown his game plan out, Gary. Thrown it out completely.
I have not seen him strike yet. Lapua coming down. Oh my goodness. He's trying to throw an armbar. He is. He's throwing an armbar.
Wait a minute.
Hey, the judge just threw in a red towel. We're going to stop action here. I'm not...
Gary, I think the judge...
Just when you thought Rick Vardell was belly up in the water, he hits you with the surprise armbar with the podium assist. It's like you would have never seen that coming, I bet. You weren't ready for that plot twist. Rick Vardell really turns the tide of battle here by getting this mysterious armbar where he just ends up looking like a metapod hanging from a tree. So he's got his arm like blasted into his nutsack as he's hanging upside down. It's like, when I first saw this, I couldn't believe what I had just seen. And this is a legal move. The only reason this got broken up is because his armbar form was so bad that the referee panicked that his arm was just going to blast through like a compound fracture. So he broke it up quickly. But it is, like, you are allowed to armbar. I wouldn't be surprised if you're, like, allowed to lean over and, like, bite on their ear and their nose, spit in their face. Like, the only rule in this sport seems to be you can't bring a loaded weapon or a sharp object. Everything else is fair game.
There isn't much time left, but I gotta tell you, it looks like Vardell is not ready. And he's gonna try it again! He's trying the armbar a second time.
I don't see a red flag, and I see Lapua holding on.
He doesn't have that wrist turned the right way.
He is trying to pull it down, and they're going to stop him right
He would have
now.
been better trying to kick in that position.
He absolutely would have.
The bell is rung, the round is over.
There you go.
Yeah, so Rick goes wacko mode again by attempting another armbar. I guess it's his signature move, but unfortunately, once he locked in, there was only 10 seconds left in the round, so Bon Lapua got off a bit easy, because otherwise, he would have lost that entire arm, god damn it.
Both men throwing. Both men are throwing shots. Both men are trying to stand there, and both men are taking the other's best. This is incredible. Now, this is the best action I've seen from Vardell. He's hanging in there. He's saying, okay, you've hit me. I felt what it's like. Now I'm coming back to you, big man. And look at the shots. And both are getting tired. Both are still throwing. Lapua trying to measure him, and he throws one off the top of his head.
This is the first time I've seen Vardell with his arm off the table.
Round 3 continues for a bit longer, and Bon Lapua wins. I'm not going to show you the entire thing because it's just a lot of furious fists flying around. I just wanted to show you this sport a little bit because I often think about it when it comes to goofy sports. Like, I'll see some new sport or like some stupid thing on Reddit and it's like, this sport is super dumb. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not as dumb as X-Arm or as dangerous. Like, I always compare every dumb sport to X-Arm. Like, it is the gold standard for me for silly sports, and I just wanted to, again, share this with all of you in case you don't remember X-Arm or have never seen it. That's about it. So, yeah.